what? And for them to be in, anyway, well, let's just get to Hillary said there are no classified emails. I don't know where to begin. and the Inspector General for the intelligence agencies go, yes, there may be hundreds, and this doesn't even include all the emails she destroyed. She wiped out unilaterally by herself in getting rid of the drive.
The thing that frustrates me as a person, partly when you have a brain and you're told, we've given you all the emails. Well, they haven't. So why do they keep saying that?
They haven't. It's a lie.
We gave the email.
And they keep lying to you, and they keep lying to reporters. They say, you've got all the emails. No. They destroyed, what, 35,000? Yeah. They destroyed 35 and they won't turn over a server. And now you know why. Because even the ones that they cherry-picked are very sensitive and dangerous.
What?
John Heilman, what's the impact?
There's a lot in that. I think, you know, look, there's a lot to react to. I'm just trying to figure out which one of the things I should go for.
Actually, there's not that much.
Well, there is a lot, actually.
No, there's not. It's either she handed over emails and she should have done it, or she
was honest.
Well, I've always said she should have. She never had a private server in the first place.
Right.
Okay, I mean,
so
is this
so you can start there. Is it a big problem? So far, they have been able to. Because of the weak competition on the Democratic side, and because of people's eyes glazing over, as Donnie points out, they've been able to bull their way through this without this being of catastrophic political consequence. So far, it is, I think, taking a long-term churning kind of toll on her. Yeah. If you look consistently now over the months, her numbers on honest and trustworthy with the American people are getting progressively worse and worse. And they have argued now for months that it's not really getting that, it's not that bad. People trust her to fight for them, whatever. If you look at the numbers ever since this scandal issue, whatever you want to call it, started, she's gotten worse and worse on a key indicator for the general election, that issue, which is honest and trustworthy. So is it taking a long-term political toll? I think it very well may be.
I want to contrast that with the Trump story. It's very simple. That is the complete symbolism of a politician caught in a mess, the way it works, and emails, and versus Trump. I want to make America great again, and I got a red hat, and I'm going to tell it like it is, and I want to watch one show, and I don't want to watch the other show, and it's that simple.
Well, you know, Michael, they keep focusing on Bernie Sanders, and we keep focusing on Bernie Sanders, and boy, how it's the head-to-head matchup. This is Hillary running against herself. This is Hillary. This is like a cross-country runner. This is like a marathon runner training. She's not doing this against anybody else. She's doing it against herself. And you look at the Q polls in the swing states where her favorability ratings are down 15, 20, 25, 30%. You look at these numbers. It's not Bernie Sanders at the end of the day. It's the Joe Bidens. Right. It's the John Kerrys. It's the whoever else decides to jump in. Look at those numbers. I had people last week tell me at dinner, oh, well, it's early. It's never too early to be freaked out, running out of the theater with your hair on fire when your favorabilities are minus 30. It's never too early.
Sounds like someone who's maybe done that.
No. I would freak out if my favorabilities were plus 20. Why does everybody hate me?
Well, you know, but that's the key thing. The favorability is in one sense a leading indicator, but it's also a lagging indicator. It's one of these things, to John's point, will catch up with her when she gets into a general election campaign. Because when people really start to focus, if they didn't like her now, how much more are they going to like her then? And that's her problem.
And that, with other dynamics and the clear connectivity that Donald Trump has with his audience, whether the echo chamber likes it or not, that one of us connectivity, the only other person on the horizon who has that, I think, genuinely, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
He does.
So Mika, I just got this text in from Joey. Hillary's, and Joey, I hope you're right here. He says, and it sounds about right, Hillary's trustworthy numbers are worse than Bill's were after he admitted he lied under oath.
I mean,
how about Joey Scarborough on that?
Right?
Boom! Boom!
621. 621, he's banging away at that keyboard.
I don't know.
Joe, to your point about it never being too early, to me, she's one of the best-known political commodities in American life.
Yeah.
People know who this woman is. And so
commodity. Keyword is commodity.
It is not too early to be concerned because of the fact that to have those kind of numbers, the fave, unfave numbers, and again, this honest and trustworthy number be so far upside down, she's not introducing herself to the country. She's a known commodity, and yet her numbers on these key metrics are getting progressively worse all the time. And that, to me, would be the reason why you'd be concerned, because how does she fix that? How does she reintroduce herself to the country? What new positive information does she have to bring to the table? It's a challenge for her, and a big one.
It's like if you're looking at stocks, and I don't invest in stocks because when I do the companies I invest in, I'll go bankrupt, so you don't want me to invest in your company. But you look over 2 years, and if you see this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Hillary. If you put Hillary where she was 2 years ago at a 65% approval rating, 62, and then you see this, and it's going into the ground, and all of her people have their heads stuck in that same ground saying, oh, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's too early. It's too early. No, not with these kind of numbers.
Not with the move to the country the way it is.